impressed with like how clean and fresh it looks. Just don't know how to cut this down anymore. And I tell you, it's been like this for like 3 months. And we have a weekly planner. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Everything feels chaotic right now, so today I am just pressing a big fat reset button. I'm sorry, I know it's straight to the point, but I'm feeling overwhelmed. So we are having a good old reset day today. Now I know this sounds ridiculous, but I've got lots of like little tasks that individually won't take that long, but I've let them accumulate and now I'm feeling totally overwhelmed and like I need an entire day to tackle it. So that is what we're doing. So would it surprise you if I've written a list? Because obviously, firstly, well, if you want to know why I write lists, firstly, it's incredibly satisfying feeling like you're ticking something off. It feels like you're really achieving something. And personally, I find that very, very motivating. But secondly, yeah, my brain just doesn't retain that sort of information. So we have a list of the things that we want to get done today. We being me, sorry. So first up on the list is to organise the office as it is in turmoil down there. So it's a space that you guys don't often see. So let's head down to the office and get started. So when I said that the office was in a bit of a pickle, this is what I meant. There's just too much stuff and not enough storage, literally story of my life. But I have actually just received this new filing cabinet from Home, which I am hoping is gonna, well, it will fit in there really, really nicely because this is my old filing cabinet, which firstly is too small and secondly it's metal, it's ugly, and this just looks so much smarter, and I thought the colour as well would tie in really nicely in here. So the plan is that I can get all of this and probably more, which is amazing, into here. It's going to look smarter, it's going to look much neater, and yeah, this should be a much more functional space then. So Home have a whole array of home furnishings available for you to buy on Amazon. This is the 4-drawer filing cabinet, and my idea was that I could get the files in, but also I wanted to go for a filing cabinet because they're really quite deep. Also, really impressed by the quality of this. You know, it arrived flat pack, and sometimes with flat pack furniture I can be a bit sort of like, what's the quality going to be like? But it's so solid. It's really like, this might not be a positive for everyone, but it's really heavy, and I really like that because it feels like it's actually made of real quality material, which it is. The nice thing about Home is that their products are really, really affordable. So if you're looking for good quality products, a wide array to choose from at an affordable price, then definitely check out their Amazon page, which I will leave linked down below. They have this in a few different colours. I've gone for, this is the dark grey, I believe, just because it's more of a grey theme in here. So yeah, I'm super happy with it, but the main test is how much can I get in here. So more importantly, let's get it filled up and see if these deep drawers can hold it all. Okay, so this is the bare minimum of what I need to get in there, which should be easy peasy. Actually, that's a lie. I also need to get the contents of this old filing cabinet, this beautiful metal one, in there too. But I'm thinking that, well, it does have, obviously it's lockable, so if you've got this in like a communal office or something and you need it to be safe, these bottom two are lockable, which is great. And it does obviously have like the rungs for you to put in actual files. So I'm wondering whether I should maybe do that in the bottom two and then have the top two as more of like, I can put my printer inks and things and have them as more of like normal drawers. I'm not sure, where should I start with this? Filing cabinet is all filled, and I am so impressed with how much I got in here. For example, this drawer here is just full of stuff that I never thought I'd be able to get in there. So I've actually freed up, well, half of 2 of these drawers, which means I now have more space to fill with stuff from the house, which is great. all this has been cleared. This filing cabinet is also now empty, and in fact I've actually just broken this, which just goes to show how poor quality this one was. These files are now empty as well. That's all been in there, so yeah, I just need to get rid of these files. I'm super happy with that. Now, seeing me coming with a tin of paint and a paintbrush is not normally a particularly promising sign. Whoops. However, I have recently touched up the woodwork on our stairs, and I'm obsessed with like how clean and fresh it looks. So in classic Lou style, I have become obsessed with painting all the woodwork in our house, and I'm taking it bite size, like room by room. Today, it's the bathroom. Now I'm just tackling the woodwork because when you see it up close and personal, it actually looks a bit rubbish. So I think just a quick little refresh is all we're gonna need in here, and I think it's gonna make the world of difference. Hopefully this is showing up okay on camera, but this is the kind of thing I mean. It just looks a bit grubby, and I don't know how, but it's kind of got a little bit like chip down here, but it just, I don't know, it just looks a bit untidy. So all I'm thinking of is painting this skirting board here, which is all we've got because then it's the bath. This door frame, because again, it's just been like knocked a few times, and I shut something in the door recently, so again, that looks a bit tatty. And then I've just got this bit of skirting board down here, which just needs like a good dust quickly. I'm just gonna actually grab a cloth and just quickly wipe over the skirting boards and the bits I want to paint so that there's no dust or anything. I don't want to trap any dust in there. And then I am actually going to prep when I say prep, I'm going to stick some masking tape down because when I painted the stairs, everyone keeps telling me just to prep before I paint, and actually I did it for the first time and everyone was right. It's so much easier. It makes things so much quicker. So for once in my life, I am actually going to masking tape just so I don't get the paint absolutely everywhere. That is, oh, paint my finger. Look how much neater that's just looking down here. I've done obviously all around the door frame and the skirting board over here. That actually, I can't lie, that took me longer than I expected, but this is the best bit, isn't it? Just peeling off the masking tape and seeing what is going on here? Good way to ruin my nails, isn't it? Seeing if I've got paint anywhere I shouldn't have. Okay, first one, we're safe. What about this one? I'm sorry, but how satisfying is this? This really is the best bit. So I'm gonna leave the paintwork to dry before I put back like my chest of drawers and stuff for the bathroom. But next up on the list is under the ottoman storage bed. And I know I talk about under this ottoman storage bed a lot, but as you know, we're really, really short on storage in this house. So I need to do anything I can to utilize what we've got. And the second something gets cluttered, like under this bed, I'm just not using it efficiently. And I literally opened it up the other day and I was like, there's stuff at the back of there that doesn't need to be there. In other words, it can go. I have got a pile of Vinted stuff in a laundry basket, which again is just like in the way. So I've got this, which is empty from a clear out I did not long ago. And I'm pretty sure I've got one or two others that are empty or potentially should be empty under here. So I just feel like I should be utilising this space better. In fact, let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, like this at the back, I'm not sure all that needs to be there. This is like work stuff, that needs to stay. But like shoes should be in boxes, that's going to save space. I don't know what that B&M bag is doing. In fact, I can see an empty thing back there. So this is what we're going to tackle now. Do you know why I've now remembered that I always put this off? Is because there's stuff under here that I'm not ready to make decisions about. You know, like when I'm not ready to actually get rid of it. Also, I know this gives some of you severe anxiety, me being under this ottoman bed. So thank you for always caring, but I don't know how else to tackle this. So let's hope it doesn't collapse on me. Just don't know how to cut this down anymore. Okay, I've managed to free up 3 of these little tubs, which I'm now going to put under the bed. I'm going to fold. So this basket here basically is all my stuff that either is or should be on Vinted. I can remember like what I've uploaded and what I haven't. So I'm just going to actually fold up the clothes and pop them into these baskets depending on whether they're on Vinted or not, or whether I need to upload them. Actually, that I've decided I'm not going to put on Vinted. So I'm actually going to do this and then get these put back under the bed. And I know that seems like such a small task, but I'll just organise and tidy this bit down the left. I now have cleared out some of my wash bags. I need to just sort out the postage bags. My Vinted stuff is now no longer just stuck in a washing basket that's been on the landing for, honestly, when I tell you it's been like this for like 3 months, that's really bad, isn't it? And I kind of just move the washing basket from the landing to the bedroom to the dressing room. Like, it's just not been properly tidy for honestly months. And this is the whole purpose of this getting it all together kind of reset day, because if I hadn't put a whole day aside to do this, then I know that I never would have got it done. So, you know, we're fulfilling what we needed to do, I suppose. Now I know it doesn't look mega organised, but we are so much better under here. So I actually managed to get all my Vinted stuff in these 2 little boxes there, so I now know where they are. And this one back at the back there, you will have seen me filling that up with all of like postage bags and things like that, because they were kind of just scattered everywhere. But this is what I mean. This is just a silly little task that I just wanted to get done. And I'm so glad that I've been able to get this ticked off the list today. So one thing that really weighs heavy on my mind is having my content planned. It's the kind of thing that I really do need to sit down for like probably a couple of hours and concentrate on it properly, which is why I have put the time aside now to do that. It's the 1st of October, the day I'm filming this. Normally I like to get this done sort of the last couple of days for the month before, but hence the reset day, I've run out of time. So I've never used this before. Normally I plan it in my like paper diary, but I just thought I would try this. I actually got sent this like monthly planner from the laundry hub, just as like part of a little PR package they kindly sent me. So I feel like it makes sense for us to maybe try and use this. Oh, okay, so I've got a daily, oh, that's quite cool. I wonder if that will stick on my fridge. That's like a day, I'm presuming like a daily to-do list. What company is this from? I wonder where they got this from. Obviously the laundry hub sent it, but obviously they didn't make it. Oh, okay, so hang on. Now I'm looking at it properly. I know what we've got. We've got a daily checklist, which will be quite cool. We've got a monthly planner, and we have a weekly planner. Now, no issue with anyone that does this, but I personally am not mad keen on having things like stuck to my fridge. I don't have like any magnets or anything like that. So I wonder where I could stick this. I don't need it to be on display the whole time, but I know I'm not going to stick it on my fridge. So maybe I could stick it on the office fridge. That's not so offensive, is it? Maybe I could do that. Okay, so you've got a little selection of pens in here. I'm actually going to start with the monthly planner, because that is what I have in my diary to do, my to-do list to do, is to start with the monthly planner. So because of obviously what I do, content creation, I like to really know when I've got to get stuff filmed, when I've got to get stuff edited, and when I've got to get it uploaded. And that counts for like what I call like my organic content as well, so stuff that's like not an ad. But obviously, like stuff that I'm posting that's an ad, there are deadlines. So there is times where I need to obviously get it sent off to the brand for approval, and there's obviously a specific time and date normally when I need to post it. So writing it all down really, really does help me keep on top of it. So I've got my laptop in front of me, I've got my phone in front of me, which has all the information I need in terms of when other stuff needs to get posted. So can't lie to you, it's gonna take me well over an hour, possibly even 2. So I'm gonna get this done. Also on my to-do list, just because I'm gonna put you on a little time lapse when I do this. If you see me on my phone a lot, another thing that's on my to-do list is reply to messages. When is that not on my to-do list, by the way? Because I feel like every time I run through my to-do list with you, that's on there. Pathetic excuse, I know, but when life gets busy, I really struggle to keep on top of messages from my friends, and that's awful because obviously I really enjoy talking to them, but they all know what I'm like. So I just want to get back to everyone today. I just want to be on top of that because again, like, I mean, primarily I really enjoy speaking to them anyway, so that always puts me in a really good mood. But secondly, when I've got like a lot of people to get back to, like it doesn't just mean like getting back to my friends, I mean like getting back to work emails or whatever it might be. It weighs really heavy on my mind, and the whole idea of coming away from a reset day is to feel a lot lighter in your mind and be able to switch off a bit better. So doing a monthly plan, replying to my messages, and then I will just have a quick little speed clean. It feels like the perfect final few tasks for a reset day. it, guys. Another little getting back on track video complete. I know this might sound so dramatic. Oh, see you okay there. I know this might sound so dramatic, but I think the only way I can describe it once I have been through my to-do list, ticked loads of things off and had like a really productive day, like I've had today, is that my head just feels lighter. And I know that sounds so dramatic because you just, if you guys are watching this, this is probably, I don't know, like a 20-minute, 25-minute video, when actually this has taken me hours to complete all these tasks. I suppose it might sound really dramatic, but actually, I don't know about anyone else, I just really struggle to focus and I can feel really, really cloudy when I feel like my to-do list is just getting bigger and bigger and getting on top of me. So I'm really, really pleased I got all those bits done, and thank you guys for watching this video, because if you guys didn't watch these kinds of videos, I wouldn't be filming it, and therefore those things probably would have stayed on my to-do list for another few weeks, if not months. So thank you to you guys for encouraging me without even knowing it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye guys.